A new global financial network is being built right now, and failing to understand its architecture could make a lifetime of your dollar-denominated assets completely obsolete.
Especially for our viewers in the United States, the stake here is monumentally high. We're not talking about some distant future. This shift could directly impact your 401k, your real estate investments, your entire portfolio. This is not a guess. It's a documented, time-sensitive transition that is happening as we speak.
And if you think this is just some retail trend, here's the twist. More than 30 of the top 50 banks, we're talking institutions that manage over $100 trillion, are already using enterprise-grade crypto technology to build out this new system. You see, the smart money isn't just showing up to the party. They've been building the house for years while everyone was looking the other way.
Now here's my promise to you. By the end of this explainer, you will see the 5 verified interlocking pillars that form the foundation of this new system. You'll know exactly who the key players are, what the architecture looks like, and precisely where institutional capital is flowing. With that 2027 deadline barreling down on us, this is the intel you can't afford to miss. Let's dive in.
It all kicks off with pillar number 1, the Swift system reboot. And I want to be crystal clear, this is not just some minor software update. This is a complete overhaul of the nervous system that connects over 11,500 financial institutions across the entire planet. This is ground zero.
So for decades, Swift has been the absolute backbone of global finance. But this right here highlights its fatal flaw. Think of it like a telegraph in an age of instant messaging. It can send payment instructions, a message that says, pay this person, but it has zero ability to actually move the money itself. That massive inefficiency is the very thing that is being eliminated right now.
And this upgrade, it's not optional. The clock is ticking, loud. As you can see from this timeline, by June 2026, which is right around the corner, more than 50 of the world's most important banks will be rolling out their new payment system, and Swift has officially confirmed it will be based on a, quote, blockchain-based shared ledger. This is all being done to meet that hard 2027 deadline set by the G20 for faster, cheaper, and more transparent global payments.
So, we've seen the new highway that Swift is building. Now let's look at who's providing the engine for the cars. This brings us to pillar number 2, the hidden Ripple network. And if you follow the institutional footprint, the answer becomes unavoidable.
The scale of this overlap is just staggering. It's no accident that over 60% of the major banks leading the Swift initiative have already partnered with or trialed Ripple's enterprise technology. Think about what that means. The very institutions tasked with building the new system are already deeply familiar with one specific company's tech.
Now let me be clear, this is not speculation. This is verified by on-chain data, the public unchangeable record of transactions, which shows banking giants like Standard Chartered and Bank of America are deep in this massive overlap. We can see they aren't just experimenting, they are actively implementing these new rails. Okay, quick pause. If you're watching this from Crypto Global News without a subscription, you are missing the alerts. Click subscribe to stay on the timeline. It's completely free for you, but it gives me the motivation to keep making more videos like this. Like and share.
All right, let's get to pillar number 3, because this is where the system pivots from simply upgrading the past to literally building the future. We're talking about the wallet for AI. This is the creation of the monetary layer that will power entire machine-to-machine economies, and it's being built on this brand new infrastructure.
So how does an AI spend money? It's actually pretty simple. First, there's the need. As AI becomes truly autonomous, it's going to need its own bank account, its own way to sign transactions. Second, there's the protocol. The new Open Wallet Standard, or OWS, is like a universal translator allowing all machines to speak the language of money. And third, the execution. Ripple is a day one partner for OWS, providing the very technology that allows an AI to sign its own transactions on-chain with zero human involvement. This is the financial plumbing for the age of AI. To get deep dive intelligence like this first, you've got to join my Telegram. Use the QR code right there on your screen or just use the link in the description.
Now that we see how AI will transact, let's look at what it will be transacting with. This leads us directly to pillar number 4, BlackRock's on-chain billions. For these new digital assets to work, everything from AI payments to tokenized bonds, the system requires a massive, always-on pool of liquidity. You don't have to take my word for it. The CEO of the world's largest asset manager, the man overseeing over $10 trillion, isn't being subtle. Larry Fink explicitly says that tokenization, that's the process of putting real-world assets onto a blockchain, will, quote, put Wall Street in your pocket. This is not a niche idea. This is the declared endgame for the world's most powerful financial institutions.
And this is far from just talk. The money is already being positioned. As you can see from this chart, the liquidity is being staged for this multi-trillion-dollar migration. Since the institutional focus on tokenization really cranked up in late 2025, the supply of stablecoins on the XRP ledger has surged by over 100%. That's the capital being parked and prepared to support the tokenization of real-world assets. I've put up a community post asking what you think the first real-world asset to be tokenized at scale will be. Go drop your thoughts and see what others are saying.
Now we've seen how liquidity is getting ready for tokenization, let's look at the final piece of the puzzle. This is the fifth and final pillar, the G20 final mandate. This is the ultimate top-down driver that makes this entire transition completely non-negotiable. Here's the absolute reality. This is not happening by choice. The SWIFT upgrade, the bank partnerships, this whole push, it's all being driven directly by the G20. They have set a strict, unmissable 2027 deadline for complete overhaul of cross-border payments. This is a global, governmental directive that no one can ignore.
And this is where the picture becomes undeniably clear. Ripple is an active founding member of the exact task force run by the Bank for International Settlements that was created specifically to solve the G20's mandate. They are not just a vendor, they are helping design the solution from the inside. This perfectly positions their digital asset, XRP, as the kind of neutral bridge currency needed for this new global financial architecture.
So let's just summarize what's happening. We are witnessing a financial revolution. We're going from a system that takes days to one that takes seconds. From being open only during business hours to being open 24/7, 365. From simple messaging to instant value settlement. And we're going from fiat and bank accounts to tokenized real-world assets on-chain. This isn't just an evolution, it is a complete transformation.
The new global ledger is coming, and it's coming fast. By June 2026, over 50 major banks will have rolled out their new payment systems. That is a fact. So the only question that really remains is which digital assets will be chosen as the primary settlement instruments on this new global network. We explore the frontrunners in the video right here. Click it to continue and don't get left behind.
Stay ahead in the crypto market. Subscribe now for the latest global news and updates.